On the evening of February 13, 2025, the Trump administration executed a series of abrupt firings that sent shockwaves through the Department of Energy. Over 300 employees of the National Nuclear Security Administration, or NNSA, received notice that their jobs had been terminated, effective immediately. The NNSA, responsible for the safety and security of the nation's nuclear weapons stockpile, was suddenly thrust into disarray. The firings, orchestrated by the Department of Government Efficiency, known as DOGE, under the leadership of Elon Musk, were part of a larger effort to reduce the size of the federal government. The NNSA firings were particularly alarming given the agency's critical role in national security. Employees at all levels were affected, from those working on-site at nuclear weapons facilities to those at headquarters responsible for developing safety protocols. The firings appeared to be indiscriminate, targeting both longtime employees and recent hires. The rationale behind the firings remained murky. The Trump administration maintained that the cuts were necessary to streamline government operations and reduce wasteful spending. However, critics were quick to point out the potential dangers of such a drastic reduction in workforce at an agency as sensitive as the NNSA. The firings were immediately met with a wave of condemnation from lawmakers, nuclear experts, and current and former NNSA employees. Many questioned whether DOGE, known for its focus on efficiency and cost-cutting, fully grasped the complexities of the NNSA's mission. Concerns were raised about the potential loss of irreplaceable expertise and the impact on the NNSA's ability to carry out its mission effectively. The firings threw the NNSA into a state of chaos and confusion. Many employees learned of their terminations upon arriving at work to find their access badges deactivated. Others received impersonal emails informing them that their services were no longer required. The suddenness and lack of communication only amplified the sense of panic and uncertainty. Adding to the confusion, the NNSA itself seemed to be caught off guard by the scale of the firings. Initial statements from the Department of Energy downplayed the number of employees affected and insisted that only administrative and clerical staff had been targeted. However, it soon became clear that the firings had extended far deeper into the agency, impacting scientists, engineers, and other highly specialized personnel. As the full extent of the firings became apparent, the NNSA scrambled to contain the fallout. Efforts were made to contact affected employees and provide some semblance of explanation. However, the damage had already been done. The firings had created a climate of fear and mistrust within the agency, and many employees, even those who had been spared, began to question their future at the NNSA. The firings also raised serious concerns about the safety and security of the nation's nuclear arsenal. With hundreds of experienced personnel suddenly gone, many worried about the potential for mistakes or oversights that could have catastrophic consequences. The incident served as a stark reminder of the importance of a highly skilled and experienced workforce in managing the complex and dangerous world of nuclear weapons. In the face of mounting pressure from Congress, experts, and the public, the Trump administration was forced to backpedal on the NNSA firings. Just days after the initial terminations, the NNSA issued a memo rescinding the majority of the firings. The memo cited the need to ensure the continued effectiveness of the NNSA's critical national security mission. While the reversal was welcomed by many, it did little to quell the sense of unease within the agency. The firings had exposed serious flaws in the Trump administration's approach to government, particularly when it came to matters of national security. The arbitrary nature of the firings, the lack of transparency and communication, and the apparent disregard for the expertise and experience of the NNSA workforce all contributed to a sense of profound distrust in the administration's leadership. The NNSA now faced the daunting task of rebuilding morale and restoring confidence in its workforce. Many of those who had been fired and subsequently rehired expressed reluctance to return, citing concerns about job security and the direction of the agency. The firings had left a lasting scar on the NNSA, and it remained to be seen whether the agency would be able to fully recover from the damage that had been done. The NNSA firings served as a stark reminder of the importance of institutional knowledge in government. The agency's workforce represents decades of accumulated experience and expertise in the highly specialized field of nuclear weapons design, maintenance, and security. The loss of even a small number of these highly trained individuals can have a significant impact on the agency's ability to carry out its mission effectively. The incident also highlighted the dangers of prioritizing short-term cost-cutting measures over long-term strategic thinking. While reducing the size of government may seem like a laudable goal, it should not come at the expense of national security. The NNSA plays a critical role in ensuring the safety and security of the United States and its allies. Its work requires a highly skilled and experienced workforce, one that is trusted and respected by policymakers and the public alike. The firings were a serious misstep that undermined the agency's credibility and jeopardized its ability to carry out its vital mission. The lessons learned from this incident should not be forgotten. Maintaining a strong and stable NNSA is essential for the security of the United States and the world. Thank you for visiting the Today Hot Reels channel. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe and like, and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, and Pinterest.